Hello there. Greetings from wherever you're watching this video, and if this is your first time here, I'd like to say welcome, officially welcome you to my YouTube channel. Do well to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so that when we post videos here, you can get first-hand information. Now today my assignment here is to educate you on the various land titles that we have. Now it has gone beyond just seeing the land, liking it, and then going ahead to purchase it. It is essential that you know the various land titles and know the policies guiding each of these land titles so that you know what you're getting yourself into and you don't fall victim of fraud or what have you. So stick around, don't go nowhere, especially if you have intentions of purchasing the property anytime soon or you've been purchasing properties. Now to the business of the day. We all know that all lands have been vested in the hands of the state government since the enactment of the Land Use Act of 1978. The essence of this is to make land effectively utilized, is to make land accessible to everyone and not just held down by some certain individuals or some certain indigents. Now, before you purchase any land, you have to go through the government, and that is why that is where some of those land titles come into play. Now, the first one we're going to be looking at, we'll be looking at some of them. The first one we'll be looking at today is excision. Now, excision as an English word means an act of setting aside something, an act of removing something. So when you hear that a property has excision, it means that this portion of land has been set aside, has been given to these indigents. You know, they requested for it and processed for it, and it was approved, and now it has been given to them. The government has no interest in it. Now, when this excision has been finally approved, it is then published in a statement in an official record called the Gazette, whereby the government officially announces or declares that this property has been, this plot of land, this portion of land has been excised, has been given to these individuals, has been given to these indigents. So that is what excision means, and that is what Gazette means. When next you hear excision in process, I'm sure you now understand what it means. It means that the excision process has not been fully approved. It is still ongoing. It is still in process, and usually it is not advisable to buy into such properties until the excision process has been fully approved. Except you can make exceptions. Yes, you can make exceptions sometimes if you're buying from a reputable company, a very reputable company, one that you have checked their record and you've seen that they've been able to meet up to standard. You know, their record is clean over the years. You can sometimes make exceptions for such companies. Now, the next on the list is certificate of occupancy, C of O. We have various kinds of C of O. We have the individual C of O. The individual C of O is when you want to apply for C of O for your own individual purpose. You want the C of O to be in your name. You want to apply for a C of O over your one portion of land, your one plot of land, your two plots of land. You know, that small portion of land, you want it to be in your name, the C of O. That is when you apply for the individual C of O. You go to the Ministry of Lands with your lawyer, and then you apply for it and then process it. Then we also have the global C of O. The global C of O is usually issued for a massive size of land. It can be issued to communities, to several communities. Unlike the individual C of O, it is usually massive. It usually covers a very, very large portion of land. And then we have the government allocation C of O. When you hear property has government allocation C of O, it means that the developers, the company, went directly to the government to purchase this property. That is what government allocation C of O means. And we also have C of O of purpose. This one means that this property is meant for a specific reason. It could be for agriculture and the like. So these are some of the various kind of C of O that we have. And then the next on the list is governor's consent. Now, when a property with C of O has been resold, it is essential that you get the consent of the government to make it legal, just like the name implies, governor's consent. So you have to get the consent of the government to indicate that this property has been transferred from the original owner, transferred from Mr. A to Mr. B. And in subsequent times, when Mr. B wants to sell to Mr. C also has to carry out a governor's consent on it to make it legal, to state that the rights of that property has also been transferred to Mr. C. Now, that is it about land titles. Now, over time, I've also noticed that people can't really tell the difference between land titles and land documents. Now, having explained what land titles means, land documents are the documents you get during the transaction process. We have one of them is the land purchase receipts. Now, the land purchase receipts is a transaction statement that shows that a land has been paid for. Now, in this transaction receipt, you have details of the name of the purchaser, the amount that has been paid. If there's a balance to be paid, it also indicates the date, signature, and the likes. That is it for land receipts. It is usually the first document you get when you make payment for a property. Next on the list is the contract of sale. Now, the contract of sale is a document that spells out the details of the property. It tells the terms of agreement of that property, and it is essential that the purchaser goes through the contract of sale carefully before signing them. Then we also have the survey plan. The survey plan shows the portion of land that has been mapped out, the boundaries, the portion of land that has been mapped out for the purchaser. It tells the title of that land, the title that is on that land, if it is excised, if it has gazettes, and the likes. We have the deed of assignment. The deed of assignment is a document that is being drawn out by an attorney, by a lawyer, on behalf of the vendor, stating that the vendor has transferred all the rights of ownership that he or she has to the purchaser. Now, this deed of assignment usually serves as proof that the purchaser is the legal owner of the property. Then we also have the letter of allocation. The letter of allocation shows that, yes, the purchaser has completed all of the transaction process and the property has been fully physically given to them. Now, the letter of allocation is usually the final process of the transaction, and it is done when the purchaser has made complete payment, has paid the statutory fees of that property. That's when you get the letter of allocation, and it is usually done in batches. So, having said all of this, I hope you learned something. I hope you can now tell the difference between the various land titles. When you hear property has excision, it has gazette, it has C of O, it has governor's consent, you now understand what it means. And you also now understand the various land documents that we have. So if you have more questions to ask, just reach out to me. My number is on the screen. You can reach out to me and I'll tell you all that you need to know. And if you also need assistance in purchasing property, I'm just a call away. Whether you're in Nigeria or you're in diaspora, I can be of service to you. I can help you do that. Just reach out to me and let's work together to get you something nice within your budget. Till I come your way next time, thank you for taking your time to watch this video. Do well to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to turn on your notifications as well. Till I come your way next time, my name is Victoria. Stay blessed and bye-bye.